Hi everyone, today we talk about the Dow being down to the 14-month low. This has been pretty much reported on CNBC, I noticed, but when it says that, it's actually not down too much. I think it's only just dipped back into correction territory. So just be careful of when you see these news headlines on channels and how much they're trying to fearmonger and put titles like this down. But obviously it's a bit of a red day. It's been a rough kind of last few months. If you're a new investor, then you're probably looking at going into the stock market and going, I thought we could make money investing into the stock market, what's going on? And obviously it's not a great start if you've been in the stock market recently. If you've been in kind of like the last year, 2 years, you've been used to a long bull run, and this might be your first kind of dip that you've been used to, unless you were back in March. Actually, it dipped quite a bit in March, didn't it? So there's a lot going on. Like I said, the Dow's down, the Nasdaq's down, the S&P's down, all pretty much near correction territory. And just something to point out, if we go back, I think it was back in July time, a lot of these companies on this list, Amazon, Google, Apple, Facebook, Netflix, all the FANG stocks, if we went back a few months ago when they were all hitting their all-time highs, and if you said from now to December, these stocks are going to drop 25% for Amazon, 19% for Google, 30% for Apple, 38% for Facebook, and 36% for Netflix, you would have pretty much laughed. I think that you wouldn't have said them FANG stocks would not drop that much. Facebook's actually has been down for quite a while. That's not just from July, it's been from I think February time. It's been a bit longer than these lot. But if you said back then, these stocks are going to go down from now this much percent, and they'll be down that much in December, I think you would have laughed. You would have said no chance. And if you got offered to buy shares in Amazon 25% cheaper, Google 19% cheaper, Apple 30% cheaper, you would have bit their hand off. You would have said those stocks are really cheap. Those stocks are valued way more. But when all this negative news comes out, then a lot of people then go, oh, they're going to go down more. The stock's going to go down more, and just take a step back for a second is all I'm going to say, and look at the prices. Look at a few months ago, if they were at these prices, you would have said it was a discount. What's changed since then? Not too much. And I'm hopefully today I'm going to try to help a few of you that are watching this, and also give you a little bit of advice. Now, like I say, these are a big massive discount in my opinion now, and it's a good time to be buying up a couple of shares in my opinion. There is a chance the stock market will go down a little bit more. I'm not saying it's going to go back up, but I want to try and help people, and I don't want to be the channel that goes, I told you this was going to happen. I want to kind of be the channel that helps you and helps people make the right decision going forward. And right now I want to say these stocks are a great price. I did say 2 months ago I'm selling my shares because I don't like what's going on with the economy, and it's gone down. But I don't want to be a channel that says I bragged and say, look, I said it was going to go down and it happened. I want to try and be the person that says this is what's going to happen, and I told you this is what's going to happen in that direction. So going forward, guys, these stocks are a little bit low, and if you're getting now, they might go down a little bit. But the stock market always recovers 100% of the time, 100% of the time, and not much has changed in the economy, to be fair. You look at what's going on, and all the news has now taken the hit on the stocks. All that news is factored in. There's not too much more news that could come out that can take the stocks down too much more. I said that a while ago, the guidance being cut is going to affect the stocks, and I believe a lot of that will affect the stocks to the next earnings report because of the cut guidance. It'll be interesting to see if revenue and EPS get beat in the next earnings report. That will probably what will send the stock market up or down from there. So we'll probably have to wait a little bit for that one in towards January time when they start reporting the Q4 numbers. I think that'll be the next push. I don't think we're getting a bit of a Christmas rally at the moment, as we normally do. So I think that'll be the next kind of decisive push for the next couple of months. I think the cut guidance and the missed revenues for quite a lot of the companies was what took the stock market down in general. We've got the interest rates. Now, we knew that interest rates were going to go up. Everyone's acting like that's the end of the world. Look, it's gone up 0.25%, and it's going to go up 0.25% probably twice next year. That's not too bad, That's 0.5% it's going to be going up. These interest rates have been so low for so long. We need to go back a few years and look how high they are. these interest rates are still going to be low next year. Even if it goes up 0.5% next year, the interest rates are still going to be really low. Let's not act like this is going to change anything. It's not going to matter too much, and they need to go up. The interest rates are way too low. They do need to put them back up. It's something that's going to happen. It's interesting, the stock market has actually gone down on the last couple of Fed's meetings. I think the last 7 Fed meetings, the stock market has gone down on what has been said. But you know, the interest rates have to go up, and them two interest rates are pretty much now being factored into the stock market. Like I said, the guidance side of it is an interesting thing. We've got the China trade war. We'll see what happens with that in February. We won't have any more news on that. That could what affects a lot of the how the stock market moves, and the Chinese stocks especially, until February when we see what happens with the trade deal with China USA. But overall, guys, you know, if I were you, this is the time when you'll be picking up a little bit of the cash. Put your cash, bit more cash in to buy these stocks at a discount. You know, if someone offered you these a few months ago, you would have took them. So why, when they're on sale, would you not take them now? You know, you look at Warren Buffett. Where's Warren Buffett been the last kind of 2-3 months? He's hardly done any interviews. The reason why is because he's busy at work. He's buying a lot of shares, and we'll find out what they are. Personally, for myself, what am I going to do? Because as you know, I've been out of the stock market for 2 months because I didn't like what was going on with the stock market. I'll be honest with you guys. You know, that was one of the reasons. The reason why is that I need the money to do some work on a property. But I do have a bit of money sitting on the side. I'll be honest with you guys, at these prices I'm really looking at buying a couple of stocks. I'll probably talk about them in 3 stocks that I'm buying towards the end of the month. But there's a few stocks that I'm really thinking, wow, this is at a massive discount right now. You know, some of these are absolutely insane prices. The one that really gets me is Apple at 30%. I think that's a massive discount overall. So